Well, it's been in the news. You've seen all the videos coming out about all these different accounts being made from in foreign countries, and we all know that it was Twitter that put a little change, and of course Musk has deleted that change, where all these accounts would show where they oriented, where they began at. Such as there's accounts from somewhere in Russia, somewhere in China, somewhere in Nigeria, somewhere in Israel, and people were shocked. We see there's a mistake that a lot of us make. We think because some country is a supposed ally of the United States, a bosom buddy, that somehow they have our interests at heart. We need to remember that the soldiers and the armies of those countries, like the politicians, like the citizens, they take an oath, they pledge an allegiance, not to the United States, but to their own prospective countries. That's who they are loyal to, not to the United States. And yes, if they think there's some information that the United States has that'll benefit their country, they're going to spy on us and try to get that information. So don't be shocked that they maybe were using nefarious means, pretending to be us, trying to manipulate us. Is it right? No, of course not. And it's important to remember that they are lying to us when they come across trying to pretend to be Americans. We used to laugh because we would catch them because certain phrases are different in the United States than they are in other countries. For example, we don't usually say something on the television. We put TV in capitals. And you'll notice some of these scammers will somehow put something like television on your television set, which sounds quite odd. But we catch them different things. Different phrases are different in American culture as in British culture, such as we don't talk about a man wanting to shag a woman. If someone used that expression, a lot of us wouldn't even know what they're talking about. And other ones would go, yeah, and how long have you been in the United States? Oh, I've been born here. I've never been outside the United States. Well, that's odd. You're using a British term that most Americans not only don't use, don't know what it means. So, as I've said to one person who was saying, don't you trust me? I said, I trust everybody, but only to a certain point. Some people who have known over years and have built up trust, I trust them 99%. But I don't trust anybody 100% except for God Almighty. And I'm not going to trust you to be his voice. So, that says it. There's some people I trust only 1%, which is, as you figure, pretty low. And that's the way it needs to be. Just because they're an ally is not reasons to expect them to be trustworthy. They can stab us in the back very easily because their interest is in their country, not in the United States. They are trying to benefit their citizens, hopefully, not our citizens. That's never going to be the case. You're not going to have China saying, hey, this would be really good for you to do for your American people. You're not going to have Russia say, this is really good for the American people. Russia did not get behind and try to get Donald Trump elected because they thought Donald Trump would benefit the American people, but rather because they figured Donald Trump would benefit Russia, Russian elites like Putin. That's their whole goal, to benefit themselves. Something to remember and think about. Thank you. Have a good night.